All right, so today we're diving into something that's pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It's this whole idea of AI podcasts.
I know, right?
Like, we've got AI doing all sorts of things these days, chatbots, images, even music.
Mhm.
But now it's coming for our podcasts. You're interested in learning more about this, so we're going to be looking at this article, Artificial Intelligence Podcast is Now Possible. So what is it that actually makes AI podcasts possible? Like, how does that even work?
So there's a couple really cool things happening under the hood.
Yeah.
One of them is what's called natural language processing, or NLP.
NLP.
Yeah, you've probably heard of it. Basically, it's how the AI understands human language.
Oh, like when we talk to Siri or Alexa.
Exactly. It's how the AI can make sense of what we're saying and respond in a way that feels natural.
Mm-hmm.
The other big piece is speech synthesis, which is what gives the AI a voice.
Okay, so it can actually sound like a person.
Yeah, and it's getting really good. Like, sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between a real human voice and a synthetic one.
Wow. So imagine listening to a podcast and not even realizing it's an AI talking to you.
Right? It's kind of wild to think about. But it gets even more interesting when you start thinking about what this means for the future of podcasting.
So what's the difference between listening to one of these AI podcasts and, just listening to a regular podcast? Like, what's the big deal?
Well, the potential here is for a level of personalization that we've never really seen before.
Oh,
Yeah, like imagine an AI that knows everything you've ever listened to,
okay.
and it can use that information to create a podcast that's specifically tailored to your interests.
So, like, if I'm really into history podcasts, it could make a show that's all about the history of, like, I don't know, coffee production or something.
Exactly. And not just like a dry, boring lecture either.
Oh, wow.
It could be a really engaging story with dramatic elements and even music to set the mood, all based on your individual listening preferences.
So instead of me spending hours scrolling through podcast apps trying to find something specific, the AI could just make it for me.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not just about picking the topic either. The AI could also adjust the tone and pace of the delivery to match your preferences.
Interesting.
Like, some people prefer a host who's really energetic and fast-paced,
Right.
while others might prefer someone who's more calm and contemplative.
I'm definitely more of a calm and contemplative kind of listener.
Me too. But the point is, the AI could adapt to all of that, creating a listening experience that's truly personalized for you.
So what about folks who say, like, why do we even need AI podcasts? We've got tons of great human podcasters out there already.
Well, it's not really about replacing human podcasters.
Okay.
It's about opening up new possibilities and maybe even helping those human podcasters reach a wider audience.
Oh, how so?
Well, think about it. One of the biggest challenges for podcasters is getting their show discovered.
Right. Yeah, totally.
There are just so many podcasts out there, but an AI could act as a sort of personalized recommendation engine, connecting listeners with shows they might never have found on their own.
Okay, I see. So it's kind of like a matchmaker for podcasts and listeners.
Exactly. And think about how this could help us break out of our filter bubbles.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you know how sometimes we tend to listen to the same kinds of podcasts over and over again?
Oh, yeah, totally guilty of that.
An AI could nudge us towards something different, exposing us to new voices and perspectives that we might not otherwise encounter.
Yeah, that's a good point. So we've been talking a lot about how AI could change the way we find and listen to podcasts. But what about the content itself? Like, could AI actually create totally new types of audio experiences that we haven't even thought of yet?
Oh, absolutely. That's one of the most exciting things about this whole thing.
Okay, tell me more.
Well, imagine an AI that can take information from all sorts of different sources, like news articles, historical archives, even fictional stories,
Wow.
and then weave all of that together into something completely new and unique.
So like a historical fiction podcast where the AI is creating the story based on real events.
Yeah. Or maybe a podcast that blends investigative journalism with science fiction elements.
I mean, the possibilities are kind of endless, right?
Exactly. And the AI could even generate sound effects and music to go along with the story, making it a truly immersive experience.
Okay, now this is all starting to sound like something out of a sci-fi movie.
I know, right? But the crazy thing is, a lot of this is already happening.
Really?
Yeah, we're already seeing AI being used to create music, write scripts, even generate realistic video.
Yeah.
So applying those same principles to podcasting is really just the next logical step.
So to kind of wrap things up, it seems like AI has the potential to totally change the way we experience podcasts. not just how they're made.
Yeah, I think so.
What do you think is the most exciting possibility here?
I think one of the most exciting things is the potential for AI to make audio content more accessible to everyone.
Oh, how so?
Well, imagine podcasts that can be translated into different languages in real time.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Or podcasts that can adjust the complexity of the language to match a listener's comprehension level.
So even people who are learning a new language or who have difficulty understanding complex language could enjoy podcasts.
Exactly. And that could open up a whole new world of information and entertainment to people who might not have had access to it before. I think that's incredibly powerful.
Yeah, that's a great point. It sounds like the future of podcasting is going to be pretty wild.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that things are about to get a whole lot more interesting.
Maybe someday we'll all have our own, like, personalized AI podcast DJs. Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Creating custom playlists and suggesting shows we never even knew we'd love.
That's a future I can definitely get behind.
All right, well, that's about all the time we have for today's deep dive. But it sounds like this is just the beginning of the AI podcasting revolution. So keep your ears open because things are about to get very interesting.
You got that right.
And who knows, maybe the next podcast you listen to will be hosted by an AI.
Or maybe even created by one.
It's a brave new world out there, folks. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for having me.
And we'll catch you on the next deep dive.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.